Hi my friend, welcome back to the channel. So today I just want to be really honest and real with you about my experiences manifesting the different things in my life that I have and my struggles with it. With that being said, I know fully in my heart through my own experiences that consciously co-creating with God, with Source, is what we are here to do. However, it's not always easy and it's not always what we think. I came to the law of attraction and manifesting when I was at the peak of the lowest point of my life, when I was at the deepest point. I had just come out of a bone marrow transplant. I had been diagnosed with leukemia 2 times. I was healing, but things just didn't seem to work for me. And so I came across The Secret and then found my way to the teachings of Abraham with Abraham Hicks. And from then on, it just continued to grow and expand. However, I can say fully that as I started to incorporate the practices that I was learning, not just from Abraham and not just from different Eastern philosophical teachings and other teachers, Wayne Dyer, different books, etc., Deepak Chopra, Tony Robbins, I still was having a struggle with manifesting. It took me a full year after I visualized, full 2 years after visualizing daily, multiple times a day, meditating multiple times a day, to manifest Shauna, my perfect woman and my true love. It took a lot of faith, it took a lot of practice, it took a lot of discipline, and it took a lot of diligence. Consciously co-creating is what we are here for, it's what we're meant for. However, it doesn't come easily. It comes easily when we're children because we've yet to program ourselves through others' expectations, through the conditioning from the family members, the environment around us, those people around us. And we do pick up their thoughts, we do pick up their beliefs. And so oftentimes as we get older and we want to become conscious co-creators, it takes a reconditioning. And so that is why you're watching this video. That's why you've come across it. You are aiming to recondition your mind, your thoughts and your beliefs, and therefore your actions and your words through watching these videos. These things don't come quickly and they don't come easily. It took a lot of time for you to manifest the thing that you so want out of your life, or the thing that you're so desiring to come into your life. As you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. But it's taken a lot of time for you to manifest the illness, or the poverty, or the lack of relationship, the isolation. It has taken you a lot of time. When you look at yourself as a young child, you go back to your 5-year-old, your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old self, and you look at how much hope was within you. You knew nothing but hope. You didn't know defeat. You didn't know despair yet. You did, but there was always an inspiration, a pushing from within. We could call that God wanting to work through you, Source wanting to work through you. And you did not yet develop your conditioning that you now have in the beliefs that you have and the thoughts that you continue to think and the way that you continue to behave. And those are the things that are holding you back from the manifestation. So for me, I started this journey at 19. Even though I'd begun this self-realization journey at 14 when I had all this time on my hands in my first diagnosis with leukemia. I didn't go to school, I was just at home all day. All I had to do was try to feel better. And so I had a lot of time to go inward. I had a lot of time to self-reflect. I still wasn't able to get onto this true journey of where I wanted to go for 5 years, from 14 to 19 years old. And once I got on that journey of 19-year-old Zach, where he started meditating every day, I started visualizing every day, I started to co-create the idea of the reality that I wanted, things still showed up that I didn't want. 3 months into my journey of self-realization, of manifesting, my hip just disintegrated. And 15, 16 years after that, 2 years ago, I got a hip replacement because I just couldn't manifest my way out of it. It was just not, I just couldn't. A year before that, 3 years ago, I had so much anger and frustration, rage, and that I was holding in my chest and in my heart that I developed AFib. And I know for sure that that's how I developed it. It wasn't just because of the chemotherapy and the radiation. Those things influenced it, but I was holding so much rage and anger in my chest that wasn't just because of when I was younger. It had evolved and it continued to grow through the thoughts that I was thinking, and my body was saying, hey, wrong path, wrong path, wrong path, wrong path. And I just didn't change those thoughts that I was thinking and the way I was going to behave. So my body said, okay, your wish is our command. AFib, right? You're out of rhythm. You're out of rhythm with life. You're trying to do everything yourself. And now here I am. I'll be 38 in 3 weeks. Half my life I've been trying to manifest and meditate. And yet I still struggle with not getting on the right path because of the patterns and the conditioning that I have allowed myself to establish throughout the early years of my life. I still tease my family members. I still tease Shauna. I still talk shit when I'm playing sports. I do it more out of love and out of fun, and hopefully that it brings other people up, but obviously it doesn't, because I'm still talking shit when I'm playing sports instead of enjoying the journey of the sport and having fun. So my point in all this video, and this is going to be a longer video, so just bear with me, is I have been doing this for 19 years. I've been teaching it professionally for 8 years, 9 years, and I still struggle with trying to align my thoughts and align my words, even though I know consciously what I should be doing, and I get impulses subconsciously and spiritually from my higher self, from my inner being, to move forward this direction. I still decide to take that direction sometimes. I still get caught on my cell phone when I know that I have other things that I'd rather be doing that would bring me more joy, like play with my dog, like cuddle with Shauna, like play my guitar. I just do. And so I'm just sharing these things because it's not easy. It's not a simple process. It's a reconditioning. And no matter what anyone says, all of these things, all of the tools that I've shared with you guys in my videos, they are practices. I still fall asleep while I meditate. Meditation is the number one process for me to help me let go and surrender and allow source or God or spirit or whatever you want to call it to flow into my life freely and bring forward those things, harden into reality those things that I'm wanting. As manifestors, as conscious co-creators, we have to understand that we are co-creators. We are establishing the frame. And the universe, God, source, is the entire building crew. And I'm going to do a little video in a little bit about that whole idea anyways. But we are co-creators, and so you have to look at yourself as a co-creator. I like the quote from Jesus, even though I've been kind of understanding that I cherry-picked my way through the Bible and I take things out of context, but I like when Jesus says, of myself I can do nothing. The Father that dwells within me does the work. And so if I take that away, even if I'm not Jesus, but if I take that as a child of God, and I say to myself, of myself I can do nothing, meaning I am not doing the actual work. I am developing the framework, the template for what I want, and I'm holding true to that in my mind and in my heart through my emotions. And through that, God will come forward and bring that through. So I could also say in quantum physics, we are co-creating reality as perceivers of reality, and reality that we see in our minds through our focus hardens into reality through all that's going on around us and through us. So instead of us being the magician, which we can be, which we are, instead of us hardening reality, it's us having that clear vision and using the inspiration, inspired action, inspired thought to be part of that co-creative dance and that co-creative experience. And that's something that I've had to come to learn, because at first I really wanted to be the creator of my life. I was the creator. Nothing else around me was the creator. I was the divine. And we are the divine. You are the divine. However, we also have to find that humility within us to recognize that this body, as beautiful and magnificent as it is and majestic as it is, it's still part of this physical reality. And so there's that co-creative dance where it's using the father and the mother, the mind and the body together, and knowing that through them, reality becomes hardened, right? The vision becomes a hardened reality. It's that dance together, the mind and body, the spirit and the earth, to where those things that we are looking for and wanting to create in our reality, wanting things that we want manifest for us, come about. And although I'm pontificating for myself, because these have been my struggles. It has been tricky when health situations for me arise and there's nothing I can do about fixing those health conditions except for meditating, having a clear vision, visualizing, and then surrendering. Like, it's been difficult because I'm very bad, and maybe you are as well, at letting go, at surrendering and having faith that the thing that I so deeply desire wants to come into my life. So I love the quote, what Rumi says, what you seek is seeking you. What you want wants you. I so deeply want, personally, infinite wellness. I want nothing but wellness. I never again want to feel sick, ever again in my whole life. I never want a negative health condition, a condition that I do not want to show up in my reality. But then again, that's me pushing away. What I resist persists. Carl Jung. I want full wellness to flow through my body, and yet there are times when I'm just not allowing wellness. I am resisting it. I am kinking the hose, like I talked about in my last video. The stream of well-being wants to flow through me, and I just can't seem to let it flow. And so my process, my practice, my most difficult journey has been to surrender and to let go, and to trust that what I want is coming through me. That's why I do these videos, is because I'm trying to remind myself as well as you, sometimes life is hard and the unwanted things seem overwhelming. Those mountains, those walls on the path seem overwhelming, and I just personally get tired of walking up the mountain, as I'm sure you do, hence the reason you're watching this. But through my experiences, I know fully that I can have the perfect partner because I have her. It just took time. My body always resolves the illness because I'm able to finally let go and surrender. The money always shows up. And those have been my truth about manifesting. As much as we listen to all these spiritual entities communicating to us through Abraham, or I forget the other guys, Bashar, different people that come through us, they say it's so easy and that we just need to fix this or that. And I understand that because there are moments in my life where I register with that deeply. And then there are other moments in my life where I just can't seem to get out of that vibration, which is very low, and elevate myself into hope, into positive expectation. It's tricky. It takes time. It takes discipline. But then again, I'm reminded that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step in faith. There's all these quotes that always remind us that it is possible, and that I've come to know for myself that the desire in and of itself is the universe wanting that for you. What we seek is seeking us. And so if we can remind ourselves of that, which I do every single day, I have a list of 9 quotes that I read every single day when I'm on the toilet taking a dump. And one of those is, what you seek is seeking you. The other one is, of myself I can do nothing. The Father that dwells within me does the work. Another one is, 99% of every creation is manifest before you see any physical evidence of it. I'll share the 9 quotes with you down in the description. But those are what I read every day to keep me focused, to keep me remembering that everything that I've ever asked for so far has come forward. I'm with my perfect person. I'm at a job that I love. I have my own business. I have a beautiful home. I have a beautiful dog. I have a beautiful family. I have all these miraculous things happening. My health always fixes itself. I get to wake up every morning, my eyes open, my nervous system turns on. I can breathe, my heart pumps, feels. I can walk, I can drink water. And so as I start my day with that, my day does tend to carry, just like everyone said, when you start your day with gratitude, events show up that match that vibration of gratitude. When I start my day off feeling poorly, I go into my phone and I start doing stuff, and instead of grounding myself and reminding myself of the things to be grateful for, my day tends to go in a different trajectory. But being mindful of all of this has helped me become more of that conscious co-creator that I want to be. And so those have just been, it's been my truth with manifesting. It's not easy. It takes time, and it takes discipline, and it takes focus, and it takes vision, and it takes faith. That's the gist of all this. And when we can incorporate all of those things into our daily life, I know for sure that what we are seeking will flow right into our lives. I don't know how long that's going to take. I hope it's very short for you. And I hope that you get all the blessings that you could possibly fathom in your life. I truly do. And I know you can, and I know that that is what your soul, what your inner being wants for you. And so with that knowing, we'll end it. Okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And as my counsel told me, you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and you are worthy. There are messages for you as well. Okay? You are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and you are worthy. You deserve what you want. All right? If you like this video, I hope you check out this one. And until next time, I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next one. Bye.